Try YouTube Premium on us.
Yo, Mo, what's up, boss? Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Good morning, sir. Joey, my man, what's going on? Joey, good morning. David, Jim, what's up, traders? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We got Jim in the house. David's up in here. Joey, Mr. Mo. Mo money. Make it happen today, guys. It's going to be a good day. Got BIOR with a 1-25 reverse stock split this morning. Just started trading that 1-25 over on BIOR or EB. Alina, good morning. How we doing? Start firing away. If you guys have any questions, let me know. That's why I show up in the mornings, right around, that 8:15 to 8:30, to really just help you guys out, get you guys prepared for today's trading session, answer your questions, drop those value bombs, get you motivated, inspire you a little bit, hopefully help you find some opportunity in the market, get some quick wins, lock in some profits, and take that trading to the next level. It's the first official trading day of 2023. So let's start off on a strong note. Questions, comments, let me know. Let's hit it hard. Let's make it happen. All right, let me get this this updated real quick for the team. Just building out our morning stock newsletter right now. We got our daily game plan section of the day. Let's go ahead and get that daily game plan section updated. Let's go ahead and save that bad boy. Actually, these are all done, so we're good. So we can just go here. We got Tesla looking for the gap fill today. Pump for the week. Got switched over to a cash account so I don't get halted for the PDT rule. David, that's amazing stuff. And yeah, as long as you're only using 50% of your cash per day, you're always going to have 50% available the next day if you're trading shares, right? So if you are trading like options, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're trading shares, you have what's called a T+2 settlement period. And so you got the trade plus 1 full day before those funds settle out. So yep, 50% per day. You'll always have 50% available to trade with if you find a really nice opportunity. And you can break that 50% down even further. So at least 50% per day, and that 50% for that day, you can break that into fifths and have 10% of your 50%, say 5 times. You can have up to 5 trades if you want to break it down that way. There's Tesla. Great trade idea here on Tesla for the day. Bear with me, guys, just a second. I jumped in a little early here on YouTube, and I'm just getting our morning stock newsletter updated for traders inside of chat. So give me 1 sec, so I can go ahead and just bang this out real quick and make sure they're all set, ready to rock. We got Tesla. We got XOM for the day. We got JP Morgan. Good old JPM, and then we got ATNF. That's a nice one today. We got 4 trade plans for the day. It's not a bad looking day. Go ahead and pop that up, pop that up, pop that up. Fantastic. Let's go here and tab down. We'll go ahead and add an All right, what are we on next? We on XOM next, it looks like. No, that's ETNF. My goodness. Okay, where's XOM? That's JP Morgan. There we go. Now we're making some progress. There's XOM. Now we got to put JP Morgan up there. That's another great trade idea for the day. And then ATNF, last but not least, fourth and final trade idea for the day. Looking pretty good. We got some great opportunity there over on ATNF. Go ahead and update that. All right, we're set. We're dialed in. Let's make it happen. Good morning again. Skylar, Kalina, Mr. G, Gino, Jim, David, Hunter. What's good? What's going on? JSPR. Yeah, we can take a look at JSPR. It's up 100% right now at this point in time. It's a 12 million in float stock over on JSPR. And why is the stock moving on up? Well, they announced positive clinical data from a phase 1 of 2 trial. Don't know the big word. Briculimab? Some big old word I don't know. I'm just looking for those keywords in the press release as a conditioning treatment to sickle cell disease. Okay. So we got positive clinical data from their phase 1 of 2 trial as a conditioning treatment for sickle cell disease here with JSPR. So pretty good press release, really good volume. Nice low float, 12 million in float, up 100% right now. JSPR. Absolutely. Let's get that. Let's dissect this real quick. JSPR. Go ahead and get this thrown up inside the morning newsletter for the team, and then we will dive into some of the TA on JSPR. Very nice press release there. All right, one sec too, and then we're going to dive into that, guys. See exactly where we could be headed today, where this bad boy can go. Do we have more room to the upside? We get a fade and fall. Should we short it? Should we go long on it? Should we sit back and not touch it? We will break the sucker down, and we will have a great idea of where to go with it. All right, we're set. We're set. That was a long, extended weekend. So I'm out here. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been back here in a couple days. All right, let's do it. Let's dive into it. Whew. All right, JSPR, what we got going on? So stock goes from 48 cents up to 117. Obviously, it's due for a pullback. There's going to be profit taking. It's normal. It's healthy. It's okay. When's the last time the stock's been over $1? September. So it's not been more than 6 months. It's been about 3 months since we were over $1, but simple stuff. Look left. We have room to 171 underneath these daily lows here. Now we just got to find some potential support, and ideally that support level is going to be at $1. So here's what I would like to see on JSPR, and if we see this, we have a trade. It's my go-to snapback strategy. That's what I call it, a snapback, where you have a stock that breaks a key level of resistance. In this case, you have $1 is very strong resistance. You see how we broke above it here, came back on that candle and tested it. So we actually broke that $1 mark, came back to the penny, and then shot up towards around that 117 high. Now what happened? We hit that high at 117, fell right below it. Right now we're back below $1. So one of two things we could see with JSPR. Okay. Number one, this could be a crack back below $1 support, retesting as resistance. And we could actually see this thing start to curl on over and fade and fall if this is a crack and retest. That would be a short. However, we've seen a lot of snapbacks lately where we get a stock that breaks a key level of resistance, falls right below it, snaps back instantaneously above that level of resistance, pulls back, regains it, establishes a higher low, and then we see a nice push. So again, we have a break over resistance. It falls back below that support level. Now we're still as resistance, and then it immediately snaps back above that level. In this case, it's $1, pulls back, regains it, retests it, establishes that higher low, and we're looking for a higher low push formation to get us back up to this highs of 117. So really depends on what we do here over the next couple of moments. This could be a very, very simple crack, retest, short position. But if we snap right back above it, pull back for that higher low push, boom, we got a nice long position right there off of $1, and we have a nice 117 target. That's 17%, and we could see that within maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So let's see. Right now, it looks like a crack and retest, though, guys. So I wouldn't touch this long right now at this point in time. Wouldn't touch it long right now at this point in time. What minute chart do you usually look at? 2-minute time frame, but I look at pretty much every time frame to do my analysis. So I'll be looking at, the daily, the weekly, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 30, the 15 to do, I call it just multi-time frame analysis. I base my entries on the 2-minute time frame. I look at price action on the 2-minute time frame, right? But when I'm doing my DD, like uptrends, downtrends, fib retracements, extensions, support resistance, supply demand, I'll look at pretty much every time frame and really just dial in those key levels of support and resistance. But when making my entries and really looking at the price action, I would say 99.99999% of the time on a 2-minute time frame. Occasionally, I will jump into a 5-minute time frame. Yo, what's up? We're over on YouTube right now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys have any questions, stocks, but are live over on YouTube. Alpha Day Trading, come on. Answer. Here, welcome to Long in. What's up, Dan? Everybody over stock. Come over to you. So we got AT&F. There's a game plan for traders in chat on that one. I'm not digging KALA, but we got a JPM game plan for the day, XOM and Tesla game plan for the day. I missed a lot of great opportunities here on the SPY this morning trading futures. Very, very unfortunate. But hey, you want to start the year off strong. I didn't really miss the trade. I was just a little late on my fill here over on ES this morning. So I was looking for this to come back into this downtrend here on ES, right? We started to really rip on up, and I was just really looking at the third point of this downtrend, and it intersected with this prior resistance level, the break and retest level, where we had a lot of strong demand before that massive shot, that massive move to the upside. So I was actually looking at this, and I actually took this trade, but I was a little late on my fill. So kind of saw it shot on up. We were looking nice. We were getting there. And I got filled on this red candle. So by time it popped on up to this 38.8550, and I was actually looking a little bit closer to like 38.86, we rejected really, really quickly and then came back down into like the 38.83s. And that's where I got filled. I'm like, my risk is way up here. My entry was supposed to be here, but I got filled down here. I'm like, I can't hold that trade. My risk is too much. I didn't plan for this. Starting off 2023 strong, doing the right things. I got out of that trade for a small $25 win because my risk was going to be an extra $200 on that trade based on the late fill, which is nuts. And watch what it does moments later. Boop, boop. It would have been a nice $1,000 trade to start the day. But to put this in perspective, yeah, I made 25 bucks. I nailed the entry. In hindsight, that was the perfect entry, right? Holding this back down to my target, that would have been a massive $700-800 trade. I made 25 bucks. Why'd you get out, Josh? I was 3 points too late to the trade, which now I have to add 3 points to my risk, which in turn doubled up my loss. And I wasn't accounting for that double of a loss. And that's not how I want to start off my year and start off 2023. So I got out doing the right thing, made $25. In hindsight, could have been a nice one and done trade, but rinse and repeat and simply attack the next trade. But right now, just simply watch an ES here this morning. If we can bang out a few trades here on the S&P 500, why not? There's been some killer trades here this morning. Killer trades. A lot of great opportunity to lock in some great profits before the market even opens on up. You say the mic keeps going in and out. Who else is having any issues with the mic? You know, right now looks pretty good on my end. Anybody else having issues with the audio this morning? Anyone? Mike's good, no issue. Okay, so just do a simple refresh, Skylar. Could have something to do with like maybe an internet connection or something like that. But yeah, if you're having any issues, just go ahead and do a little bit of a reset. I just jacked up my gain a little bit, so maybe that helps. I'll just jack the gain up here. There we go. Boom shakalaka. Sounds great. All right, cool. Yeah, just do a refresh, Skylar, and you're all set, boss. All right, so drop the questions. It's 8:30. We have about 25 more minutes of this morning session, getting you guys prepared, answering your questions, helping you guys out. Hopefully putting you in a good position to get some quick wins in the market today. Start your 2023 strong and profitable. So let's make it happen. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Sometimes a simple refresh will fix it. Did I miss what's good today? We're still diving into it. We just went live about 10 to 15 minutes ago. So we took a look at JSPR and we broke JSPR down, basically saying that if that was a crack and retest at $1, you don't want to touch it long. It's going to start to drop on down. JSPR was a very, very simple crack and retest strategy, guys. Right? So you see this, okay? The first retest is the best retest. If you guys like trading the retest, which I love trading the retest, it could be a break and retest, it could be a crack and retest. I love the first retest. Is always the best retest. Just like if you're trading like the 9 EMA pullback with a penny stock, the first pullback is always the best pullback. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, the probabilities just get lower and lower. So if you would have seen the break of $1 on JSPR, you already know you're looking for a psychological retest of $1 before getting that next spike on up. So if you were looking at JSPR, there's your $1 break, there's your retest of $1, and you already know where your target is, right? Your target would be a high day retest at 110. So if you saw your break here and you put in this high at 110 and this candle opens at 105, you want to get in at $1. You want to start thinking about taking profits at 110 and put a stop at 95 cents. Boom, you just built a 2-to-1 trade plan just like that within seconds, and you know that the first retest is the best retest. There was your retest. Boom, and at $1, you could have been scaling out at 110. Hey, maybe you got some off the table at 115, 116, 117, and you are out because your target was 110. You're scaling out. Boom. Now you're maybe getting stopped at break even on the rest of your position if you had a runner. Now, what's the game plan? We fell back below $1. So what if we have a crack and retest? Your first retest is the best retest. You know you want to get in at $1. What's your target? Look left. Say it's 80 cents, right? You're looking to make 20 cents to the downside. You know your maximum risk on the trade cannot exceed 10 cents to be a solid 2-to-1 setup. So boom, you crack below $1. What if you're looking for a crack and retest? Your first retest is the best retest. Boom, you're in at $1. And you're flushing, right? That would have been a crack and retest to the short side there on JSPR. But right now, it's just one of those things. You had a nice little break and retest here on JSPR. Would have been a great trade. You had a crack and retest to the short side. Would have been a great trade. What do you do right now, Josh? All right, you had 2 great trades. Where's the third one? Well, it will present itself. If there is a third opportunity on JSPR, it will present itself. So right now, you're not doing anything besides sitting here and doing due diligence, right? You're doing all your TA. You're building those plans. You're getting an idea of where it could go, what you would like to see to base an entry. Right now, you're doing nothing besides TA, due diligence, and preparation. You're not touching this. There's no reason to touch the stock right now at this point in time. There's no high probability setup in front of us with JSPR. Thoughts on Meta? Will it reject again? Seems like it's staying at resistance. Let's go take a look at Meta real quick. So Meta came up and pretty much filled your gap. I mean, your technical gaps here at like 128.59, but you came into this resistance level after that massive gap down. And it's grinding on up. It has flat resistance here at that 124.50 here on Meta, and it's building these really, really nice higher lows. You kind of see what it did here on Friday. Friday was some good price action on Meta. Friday was really decent price action. Thursday, you get a break right through that 20 EMA and a pretty strong break and a pretty strong candle. You get a gap down here on Friday, a quick pullback for a little bit of a retest of your 20 EMA with a strong close on Friday. So here's what I'd be looking at Meta, right? I would literally be just looking at Friday's candle here, okay? I wouldn't be wanting to short Meta right now at this point in time. I would just be looking at Meta to see if it can hold above like this 117.70-ish support. Very, very light support, just looking at Friday's levels. But, you know, if Meta can break above 121, which it looks like we're above that 121 right now here in pre-market, which is solid. As long as Meta's staying above 121, I see potential to get back into the 124s here on Meta. Right? Really, really solid Thursday, gap down, quick pullback out of the gate Friday with a nice big push for a solid close on Friday's candle. And now we're actually gapping up above some solid resistance here on Meta. And we're actually holding it as support. Check that out here in pre-market. Where did we come down to here in pre-market and stop here on Meta? We came right into our 121 level and we bounced and we reacted off that level. So I would be playing calls over 121 here on Meta. Back up to your pre-market high. It's a light resistance level on Meta. It's light, 122.47. But I would say like your main target here on Meta, you got to look at these lower highs. You see all of these lower highs, these upper shadows. You got a little bit of resistance here. So you're looking at 123.27 is a first target, 123.27. Then you're looking at like 124 as a target. And then you're looking at like 124.50 as a target. And give me 1 second. Someone just rang my doorbell. It was literally my kid. All right, cool. So that's what I would look at, you know, Meta. I like Meta. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm actually going to put Meta on my watch list for today. And we're going to maybe look for a little bit of a trade here on Meta above, you know, that 121. I mean, at the absolute lowest, 120.88. So, I mean, I'll be looking for a long as close to 121 as possible on Meta. I like it. Stops would be nice and tight below that 120.88 level. And we're looking for Meta to have a little bit of a continuation over the 121 level. Up to, again, look left. Pre-market high, 122.47. Look left, these upper shadows, 123.29. Look left, upper shadow, 124. Look left at resistance, lower shadow, upper shadow, key level, 124.55. You trade options. You have a 30 delta on your options contract. For every dollar Meta goes in your favor, you make $30 a contract. You're trading 10 contracts. For every dollar to the upside, you're making $300. You trade 20 to 30 contracts that I trade at times, you got a $6,000 to $9,000 trade. And all you need Meta to do is move a dollar to the upside on 30 contracts with a 30 delta, for example. So you don't need 10-point moves to make some solid cash. We'll have to see how these open on up, what they look like, how the spreads are, and really just see if we have a good trade on Meta. But I do like it. I think there's some potential here. So good stuff. Good stuff on Meta. Where's my phone? Pocket. So keep firing away with questions and tickers, guys. That was a solid solid idea here on Meta. Yeah, MULN. We typed this one up for the team this morning. We had a trade ID on MULN, and traders already have entries on MULN. So if you're not in this already for the break of that downtrend here, right around 32 cents, I mean, it's a really, really cheap penny stock. You're too late. You're already 3% behind entries, and 3% is 3%, guys. So if you are not in MULN right now, you got to wait for the next opportunity. The opportunity was below 32 cents for entries with a 34-cent target on MULN. So right now, you don't want to touch it for a fresh trade, but you're looking for a 34-cent break up to 39 cents today on MULN. You're looking for 34 cents to break. You have room to 39 cents. Support's back down at 30 and a half. So 0.3049 is going to be your support level here on MULN if you're looking at MULN today. Yeah, that's what I would do. One ticker. Not even just one ticker, Nestor. So obviously one ticker, I recommend that. If you're trading options, just watch the SPY. Trading options, just watch the SPY. Keep it simple. If you're trading penny stocks, it's really hard to focus on one ticker because, you know, there's a brand new penny stock to trade every single day. So it depends on what you're trading. If you're trading shares of small caps, you need to focus on one strategy, like just one strategy for 30 days. If you're looking at options, then you can go one strategy and one ticker. The SPY, one strategy, 30 days, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Have as many trades as possible with that one strategy in your demo account. At the end of 30 days, go back and review the data. What's your win ratio? What's your average profit? What's your profit factor? What's your average loss? What's your average risk reward per trade? Like, look at the data. Then based on the data, how can I fine tune this? How can I improve this to see better results, right? Maybe you're at a 60% win rate with an average of a 2-to-1 risk reward, and you see that you're consistently profitable. How can I get to a 70% win ratio to see a better bottom line? How can I, could these have been, another thing is, could these have been 3-to-1 opportunities? Right? I know that I'm averaging 2-to-1 per trade at a 60% win ratio. Let's see the win ratio at 60% is like dialed in. That's like a solid win rate for that strategy. Okay, cool. So you're not going to 70, 80%, 60% is good. So how can I go to a 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1 setup versus a 2-to-1? How can I optimize this strategy and improve this strategy and fine tune it and dial it in to see better results? Because the better you get with that one strategy, the more confident you are to trade that strategy with real money when it presents itself, and you're confident with it. You know exactly what to expect. You know exactly what the stock needs to do at that time in order for it to be that trade that you're confident with. And if the trade's working out the way it should, you're confident. You're holding the trade, you're managing it, you're making money, right? You're managing your risk well. If the trade's not developing the way it should based on your experience, get the fuck out. Walk away from it. And so the only way that you're going to really just dial in your edge in the market, be able to fine tune something and really just be a good trader is if you just focus on one thing until you're successful with it. Focus. The acronym for focus is focus on one course until success. Just focus on one thing until you succeed with it. Focus on one thing until you master it. And then when you've mastered that and you fine tuned it, take it into a live account, start trading it with little amounts of money. Build some emotional tolerance and learn how to regulate your emotions with real money. And then before you know it, you're doing your $500 days if that's what you want, $1,000 days if that's what you want. And it's going to seem like really, really simple when you get to that point in time. It's not going to be hard whatsoever. So you got it. Make it happen. One strategy, minimum 30 days. And just go back and look at the data, review it, fine tune it. Yeah, we just gotta make some more content over on TikTok so everybody knows where we are in the morning. Because I think everybody's still over on, everybody's over on TikTok right now. Not even, come on over to YouTube. YouTube. It's easy. You just drop this terrible app called TikTok. You come over to YouTube where the fun happens, where the education and the value bombs are being dropped. And you get prepared for the day. get you all set, ready to rock and roll. It's a simple swipe up on your smartphone that closes out TikTok. Go to YouTube, right? Click that button and type in Alpha Day Trading. Then it's like flashing at you. It's pulsating, vibing with you, saying, hey, we're live. And come get your questions answered, guys. But yeah, I think that's amazing, Nestor. I think that you're just, get that rhythm, get that consistency under your belt, and who knows? Like, you may be like 2 weeks in at 100 trades, and you're like, dude, I'm crushing this. Then, hey, boom, you know exactly what your edge is in the market. MULN January 6th meeting about the reverse split, RS. Have you ever looked at Webull and scrolled down a little to see the analysts rather to sell or buy and then give your price targets? Yeah, it's BS and completely wrong. I have never looked at Webull and scrolled down a little to see analysts' ratings for buy and sells. I don't look at what an analyst thinks a stock's gonna happen, what a stock's gonna do. I mean, analysts are just full of it. And analysts can come out and be like, I think the SPY's gonna be at 5,000 by the end of the year. And the next analyst is like, I think it's gonna be at 3,000. And then it's nowhere near those analyst targets. Analysts are just, I don't know. They're trying to make good, smart, educated decisions. I don't know. I'm a day trader. I take every day as a new day. Like, what's the information in front of me? What's the data? What's the news? What do I have in front of me in this very moment? This real, present moment. Like, what's in front of me? What's the opportunity, right? I'm not trying to predict what's going to happen by the end of the year because I don't know what's going to happen. What's the Fed going to do? Is there another war? We just don't know, right? But I know what's going to happen in the moment. As much data as I have, all the news, doing my due diligence, getting as prepared as possible. I put the probabilities of winning in my favor. That's why I really enjoy being a day trader. It's because I'm in the moment. Right now, 8:48, if I see a setup and a really high probability opportunity, I get to build a simple plan. I want to get in here, stop out here. This target. Is there news coming on up? No. Is there big events, economic news coming on up? No. So am I in the clear for the next 5 minutes from an economic news fundamental standpoint? Sure. All right, let me take my trade and then let the trade do its thing, make money. I'm not trying to, look at analysts' price targets to gauge price targets and anything like that. I look at the technicals. I look at past chart history, supply, demand, support, resistance, to really gauge where a stock could go from a technical basis. As being a day trader. Yeah, I think Jim hit it on the head. Look at what analysts predicted last year. I mean, like 80% were like absolutely wrong. I don't predict what's going to happen in the market. I react on what's happening in the market. I'm going to say that again. I don't predict what's going to happen in the market. When you start predicting what's going to happen, from my experience, you don't see the success and the results you want to see. When you react to what's happening in the market, you see better results and better success. So I react to what's happening. I don't predict to what I think could happen in the market. Made it from TikTok. Welcome from TikTok. Definitely like the channel. Subscribe to the channel, I think is what you're supposed to say, right? Like the stream. Hit that little notification bell. I'm going live every single morning. I've been doing this for like 2+ years on TikTok, but officially YouTube in the morning, 8:15 till about 9 o'clock. To do these sessions, to talk to you guys, get you prepared, drop some value bombs, education bombs, talk stocks with you. Maybe there's some opportunity in the market for some quick wins. But yeah, definitely make sure you're notified when we go live. And who knows, maybe we start doing some afternoon sessions. Maybe we start doing some evening trading workshops, maybe Sunday preparation sessions with some like there's a lot of stuff that's going to be dropping here in 2023. So you want to make sure that you're notified when we're going live and the events that we have and, kind of what's going on behind the scenes. And we're going to drop all that here on YouTube moving forward. I appreciate you guys. My downfall was I let my feelings, being scared, when it starts to drop and sell, and then that's when it takes off. And no, I shorted myself. Yeah, so, emotions, regulating emotions, that's going to be, 99% of your success. You got to have a really strong foundation of technicals. You got to, know how to read a chart. You got to know what a candlestick is. You got to know what a time frame is and what it represents and what a tick. Like, you got to have a very basic, strong foundation built when trading, like getting some screen time in. But like, once you have that very basic, important foundation built for trading stocks or being a day trader, the next thing that you have to master before anything else is emotions, discipline, consistency, regulating your emotions, being in a good state of mind, a healthy mindset, a mindset that's here in the present moment. Like, everything you hear me preach, that's not sexy. That's it. I mean, that is it. Like, once you have a very, very strong, but yet basic foundation of TA, of technicals, you're ready to start mastering your mindset, and mindset's what's going to carry you and allow everything else to fall into place. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. I'm really bad at analogies. This doesn't come from me. This come from church on Sunday. So the pastor was talking about a lot of people in their New Year's resolutions, what they're doing, and, you know, how they're trying to, you know, hit it hard first of the year, right? Everybody's got their New Year's resolutions. Everybody has their list of things that they want to accomplish. And even like as day traders, as business owners, entrepreneurs, whatever the case is, like, we have, you know, like to-do lists and tasks. And it's always like, what do we do first? What's the most important, right? Like, what's the most important thing to do first? And this applies to trading. As a new trader, you probably have that question. What's the first thing I do? Do I learn strategies? Do I learn the Fibonacci retracement? Do I learn what the MACD is? Do I learn mindset? Do I learn the chart? What do I learn first? What is the most important? And that applies to everything in life. So his analogy was, and this is really, really cool analogy, is there's two clear jars. Just so imagine two clear jars, the same size, the same amount of volume, right? Then you have three piles. You have a pile of big rocks, you have a pile of pebbles, and you have a pile of sand. So you have two jars, jar. You have a pile of rocks, pile of pebbles, and a pile of sand times two. So you got two piles of the rocks, two piles of the pebbles, two piles of the sand. The equal amounts, the same size jars, right? So the guy starts with the sand. With the first jar, he puts the sand in there and packs all the sand into that jar, and it fills up maybe 60 to 70% of that jar, putting the sand in first. Then he goes with the pebbles and really crams every single pebble into that jar. And before you know it, the jar's full, and all he's gotten in the jar was the sand and the pebbles. And now he can't even put those big rocks into that jar. Jar number two, he starts with the big rocks, puts the big rocks in there, nice and perfect. It fills it up. But there's a lot of empty space in between. Now he takes the pebbles and starts dropping the pebbles into the jar, shaking the jar, and the pebbles kind of work their way down and fill in those crevices, but there's still empty space in the jar. To finish it off, he puts the sand in the jar, shakes the jar, the sand finds its way through and falls down and fills all the crevices. He was able to get the big rocks, the pebbles, and the sand in the jar. But the first jar he couldn't, because he started with the sand, then went to the pebbles. It's the analogy, it's the point. You got to focus on what's most important first. In that analogy, the rocks are most important. Put the big rocks in, and then put the pebbles in, and the pebbles fall into place. And then the sand, put the sand in, the sand falls into place. The same thing can be applied with trading. Focus on the most important things first. The rocks, the foundation, that's what's most important first. And then everything else will fall into place. Focus on what's most important first. Strong foundation. Don't focus on the pebbles and the sand. Don't focus on the Fibonacci retracements and the MACDs and the strategies and the golden nuggets of trading. Don't focus on that shit. Focus on support, resistance, supply, demand, strong technical background, mindset, emotion control, strong foundation, the big rocks. Then everything else will just naturally fall into place. And you will be able to move forward with your trading. I wish I would have known that 7 years ago. Focus on the most important things first. And the most important things are a strong yet simple technical foundation being built. Okay? Master support and resistance. Master supply demand. Master, how to draw a freaking trend line. Master the importance of multiple time frame analysis. Master price action. Master reading volume. volume, price analysis, right? Master these important things first. Mindset, the emotion control that comes behind it. That's going to be your rocks. And then everything else will naturally fall into place. The indicators, the strategies, right? All of that will just naturally fall into place. I really butchered that analogy for sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, I absolutely butchered it. But I hope I got my point across. Cool. We got a little bit more time for one more question. I'm learning to trade without feelings, but very hard. It'll come in time. If you follow the process, right? You follow the process that's been proven to work, you will be able to regulate your emotions one day at a time. You try and do it all at once right now today, it's not going to happen. You got to do it little by little, one day at a time. And there is a process that you should follow in order to see the most amount of success in the least amount of time. It's been proven with hundreds of traders over the last couple of years since we've launched, proven with hundreds of brand new traders, intermediate traders, that if they just follow the process and don't veer off track, they will get to the level that they want to get to. I mean, take Trader Adam inside of chat, for example. He wanted to quit 3 weeks ago. We stopped everything we were doing and said, no, we're not going to let you quit. Here's a game plan. Here's a structure. Here is a roadmap to success. He's 3 weeks in, and Friday, he's like, dude, I feel 1,000 times better. I feel so much different. I'm confident. I'm seeing better success with my trades because he's just following that roadmap. He's following that straight, narrow path that leads to success if you just follow it one day at a time, little by little by little. Shannon, guys, join his program. Been a member for a week. Just the educational stuff is worth the value. Shannon, I love it. Appreciate you, Shannon. Appreciate the support. Just the education and stuff in the video lessons library is huge. There's over 160 lessons in the video lessons library. I live trade every single day with you guys. I'm doing morning preparation sessions with everybody inside of chat. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff we do inside of this community that definitely get you to the next level in your trading career. So if you want to start your 2023 off strong, the best thing you can do is just focus on building a strong foundation. So yeah, we'll watch JSPR above $1 and see if it can hold above $1. All right, so I think Skylar was like, did you say stop at 90? That was on the first trade, boss. That was on the first trade, right? This break and retest, the first break and retest is the best break and retest. In that scenario, that trade idea, stops would have been at 95 cents with a 110 high day target at that point in time. Right now, I still don't see a reason to be getting involved in this trade, boss. Don't see a reason to be getting involved in the trade. Catherine's like, good morning. Feels like a good year to become financially independent. 2023 is an amazing year. We got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, a lot of big things in the works. I'm super stoked. I'm super excited for 2023. If you guys want to just, learn how to do this, the first step that you can take is just subscribe to the channel and join our free streams in the morning. That's the first thing that you can do to start building a strong foundation is take 10 seconds, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell when we go live, join as much as you can, tune in as much as you can, soak up all of this free, valuable information, start applying it, get some momentum going, and then make the next decision on, are you ready to invest in your education? Are you ready to take the next step? Do you even want to take the next step? But the best thing that you can do is just dedicate 30 minutes to an hour per day to learn something new about the market. And I will give you one thing, if you're a newer trader, to do right now today, right? Support and resistance. Start there. Support and resistance. Master support and master resistance. And just start there. Day one thing, master it. We actually have a really fantastic lesson here on YouTube, completely free. Obviously, it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's like an hour long. It's going to help you master support and resistance and keep it super, super, super simple, right? So start there. That's one thing that you guys can do. Skylar, no, you shouldn't. All right, guys, enjoy your Money Tuesday, day number 1, week number 1, month number 1. Woo! Fresh start of 2023. Let's make it happen. Let's have a strong and profitable start to 2023. Let's make it happen. Happy, safe trading. Do the right thing. Focus on your foundation. Build it strong. Right? Don't be like everybody else trying to get rich quick in 2023 and be freaking February and be nowhere. Sacrifice your January, if that's what it means. Sacrifice your January. Don't trade with real money. Build a foundation. Focus and make it happen. And if you just do that for 21 days, 30 days, you'll surpass 90% of people that aren't doing it this way. So you know what you guys need to do. Make it happen. Have an awesome day. Trade smart, trade safe. I'll see you back here, YouTube, tomorrow morning, 8:15, as we do it all over again. Have some fun. I love working with you guys. Love helping you guys out. Take care. Stay blessed. And I'll see you guys back here once again tomorrow morning, right around 8:15.